Issues we'll be discussing today. When we return from this short break, I will introduce my guests. Would you stay with us?
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what they blood.
I have fought very firmly.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human trafficker.
Honorable
You are a human.
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network, and joining me on the show this afternoon is editor of the Orobo Voice newspaper. I'm talking about Goodluck Edafe. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
An amazing Monday afternoon to you.
God has remained faithful to all of us.
Exactly. That's why you're looking all shiny.
We are thankful to him.
Definitely. Welcome to another new week. A beautiful week, of course. All right, let's dive into today's story, starting from Rivers State. The Nigerian Air Force announced the destruction of 13 illegal refining sites and 7 containers boats during an operation in Rivers State from the June 18, 2022 2024. They also dispersed 5 J5 buses attempting to siphon crude oils. This operation, part of Operation Delta Serve, targeted illegal sites near the Imo's River and Wellcourt in River State, as well as a site in Bayelsa State. The NAF attributed their success to improving intelligence and aid to ground coordination. Earlier on April 15, the NAF destroyed 7 illegal refining sites and bumping 4 boats loaded with refined products. Well, you know, looking at the statistics, about 233 illegal refining sites has been destroyed so far by the Nigerian Air Force operatives. that comprises 4 states: River State, Akwa Ibom State, Cross River, and Delta State. And then they also arrested about 1,120 and 12 oil theft suspects. And then talking about this, talking about now this year alone, we've also seen in a story that was last month about though they did not count, they say several illegal sites has been destroyed still in River State, and here they have destroyed about 13 again. And I suppose this illegal site, there are not kind of places where you can just, it's not like POS where you can stay in anywhere and operate. The places you found oil is not everywhere in River State. Do you understand? So how come they keep destroying all of these sites? And then the more they destroy, the more, I mean, they discover more. Like, what exactly is going on? Are they really destroying it? And they've arrested about this number of persons. Then who are those still operating? I don't know if you have any idea about that.
Well, just before I respond to your question, let me correct one impression that somebody expressed over our discussion for last week.
Okay.
My emphasis when we discussed about the donation of the governor was not that the governor should just come to my church and also give us money, but that in a plural state where there are multiple religious groups, the constitution of this country forbids the president or any governor from giving an advantage to any group, ethnic or religious, on the basis that is just for that purpose alone. An advantage which is not given to Nigerians of other tribe or religion. That was the emphasis. So it's not as if I would just rejoice if the governor would come and give us a 1 billion naira in my own church. That's not the issue. So having corrected that, the statistics you reel out here, when we Nigerians will hear these statistics, we will begin to give kudos to the government, that the government is actually really working in these sites and all that, this property, arresting the young men and all that. We give kudos to government for doing what it's supposed to do. But the question really is that what the government really is supposed to do? Like you mentioned, year to year, we had of destruction of sites. How many are the sites? Are there 10,000 sites in River State, for example? Are there 10,000 sites in River State? In Delta, 1 million sites that you destroy, get to an end. But for me, that is not a solution. A country that has failed the citizen should find a way out of this issue. You bring out your aircraft and you destroy, then you your shoulder high that you have done some good job. For me, it's not something I will rejoice about. If the citizen, these young men, are young men that government have neglected all around. The federal government, the state government have neglected these young men. What would they do? I don't support pipeline vandalism or in any form or buckery and all that. I don't support it. But where you neglect the people must find a way, a means of living. And that is what is pushing some of these young men into this business. But it's not just these young men who are doing this business. There are still big top guys up there because the facilities with which they are refining is not a facility of 1 naira or 200 naira.
Exactly.
It's run into millions. Who provide the fund for such production, where you set up that kind of a mini refinery, where you can do that? Who provide the funds? So for us, we should not just be rejoicing over about. Government should, if these young men, if we are to be in a country
that really care for citizens, government will look at it. These young men who had this initiative to be able to fathom out a way of refining this thing themselves, to it. How do we so that this thing will become a big business that government can even get revenue? But in Nigeria, we don't do it so. Now you just see it as a business for ragtag boys in the Niger Delta. But when we talk about crude oil stealing, these are the miniature aspect of it. When you talk about crude oil stealing, the one you say you were, are you aware that the federal government does not know the amount of crude oil exported daily in this country? It's whatever the NMCO we have extracted and exported a certain amount of crude. And that's what government takes.
There's something I'm always curious to know. I get this story that illegal refining site has been destroyed. I know that this is money. This is our property. This is our wealth. Why did they go ahead to destroy some of these goods instead of taking it back to the right source, like maybe NNPC and some of those companies, those legal refining sites, to work on it? Why did they go ahead and destroy? Because I remember at one time, certain time I was embarking on a journey, I saw where they set a particular tanker ablaze, and then I asked why that act was done. They said the tanker carried illegal oil, so the best thing to do is to set it on fire or to take it to where it will be refined properly. Why do they go ahead to destroy some of these goods instead of making use of it?
When you say a tanker, that's an understatement. Just after Ahoda, we are going to worry about 5 luxurious tankers, 5 or 6, were destroyed.
Yeah, I actually said A because I saw just one.
One.
Then I asked a question.
Fine. You know, it's all over. It's the attitude of our government, especially those who are in the military or in the Air Force, name it. But if we have conscience in this country, some of the things we do, we will not do them. You understand? A guilty man punishing a guilty person is an aberration. We have lost conscience in this country. Otherwise, that man who is destroying what belongs to a poor man is the same man protecting what belongs to a...
Of course, you said something that some of these equipments that they use in refining this illegal oil,
yes,
it actually runs into millions. In other words, a poor man can afford that.
I use the word poor man in the sense that the man is not in the circle of those who control the illegality in our system. There is a carcass in our system, the untouchables. There are what we call untouchables in Nigeria. Those you cannot touch their business. So where those you can touch their own, these are the group of persons you can mash on their foot. They can't do you anything. So they are poor because it's only a poor man you can slap. You will say, God bless you. Yes, now, if you slap a big man, he knows what to do to you.
I don't think it's like that these days.
You think so? Well, a poor man will think, if I should go to police now, police will say, I should come and pay for their movement. After the movement, police will say, before they push your matter, you come and you should bring this, you bring this. It doesn't, when you think all this, you just say, okay, now God will go pay you. That's just it.
Okay.
Yes. Otherwise, in a normal society where policeman will do his job, he doesn't need you to come and do this. This is my job. You do it to correct ills in society. But that is not the way it is. Those you can oppress, those you cannot oppress. And that's the system we are running. And somebody is sitting in the government, praising himself. A society you preside over, and that society, there is no justice, there is no equity, then you are not a good man. You are not a good man, because a good man will ensure that what is good for the goose is good for the Uganda.
All right, so looking at the fact that the Nigerian Air Force that are actually working, looking at the figure we had last year and what we are having this year, even though they have not put all of them together, but so far we have been talking about illegal refining sites being destroyed. Do you think by the end of 2024 that we will have something tangible in the sense that it will be limited or completely mitigate this illegal refining site?
There cannot be complete mitigation.
Okay.
Because those who are up, the people sponsoring these activities, is it not the same pipeline that we run billions paying people surveillance jobs? They share it in rivers, you have those pipeline surveillance contract running into billions. In data, the same thing. In IMO, the same thing. Is it not the same be spent upon? Go and secure it so that nobody will go and vandalize it. Is it not the same pipeline we are talking about? So in Nigeria is just, for me, Nigeria is, we are not ready yet to live like the human beings that God created us to be. Because as human beings, we should know, separate wrongs from right if we want to build a society.
So much, Edafe. Let's look at the second story for today. On National Assembly, 50 Nigerian House of Representatives members known as concerned federal lawmakers for peace and security in the South urged President Bola Tinubu to invoke legal provision to release Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, from detention in the later dated June 19, 2024. The lawmakers emphasized that Kanu's release would promote peace and inclusivity in the South instance where similar gesture was extended to Omoyele Sowele and Sunday Igboru. The lawmakers urged that addressing the region's challenges through dialogue rather than prolonged detention would enhance national unity, economic growth, and President Tinubu's legacy. Wow. So far, the issues of, there was a time, that was last week, talked about having, I think that was a one-on-one conversation with the federal government, but so far it has not been granted. And talking about now, about 50 lawmakers in Nigeria should provide avenue that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, that this will promote peace and unity in our society and also economic growth. And of course, you know that they have been sit at home for quite a long time, which we can't really define exactly what. Releasing Nnamdi Kanu will promote peace and unity and also economic growth. About 50 lawmakers. Do you think the president will give a listening ear to that? Do you think the lawmakers will do something about this, since they have come up to pledge that the president should do something?
For me, it does not really require coming out to urge the president to do what is right, especially when all of us, as we are in this country, had similar situation in the West. Mentioning Sunday Igboho in the items. So if at all it should be a crime, if one committed the same crime, why should one be released? And the order is kept there perpetually.
Edafe, before you continue, let me just ask so that you will clear us. How do you think that the release of Nnamdi Kanu will stabilize economic in Nigeria? How will it bring peace and unity? Because I don't know. Is it that the peace and the unity of Nigeria is tied to Nnamdi Kanu, that they said if we release him, that everything is going to go back in place?
Yes, to an extent. You mentioned people supposed to go out to go and do their business. If you ask them to sit at home, the business for that is lost. And in management, they what we call the concept of lost forever. The profit or sales you would have made in a particular day, take that sale, that profit in the concept of marketing management is lost forever. Whatever you make the subsequent days or subsequent week cannot compensate for the one you would have made for that particular day. So we are saying unity, yes. Inside the same country, somebody committed the same offense for which you are holding me, you release that person. Is it because it's your brother? Is that the interpretation? You see, okay, it's a fellow Westerner, fellow Yoruba man. Is that the basis for releasing him? The young man said, we need a, what do you call it, Oduduwa. They need Oduduwa country. And at the end of the day, with all the hula baloo, he was arrested and all that. You know? But at the end of the day, he was released. But in the case of Kanu, the court has even said, this man, what you hold him for? You hold him for treason, felony. This is the Nigerian state. But the court has told you that there is no such offense against this man. If you are treating him, the man has the right to say, please, this thing you are doing to me, it's not fair. Is that why you hold it perpetually? So this honorable young man that's come out to urge, in fact, I think they are on the right to urge the president. It's going to bring peace. I agree with that. It's going to bring unity, because you can say all of us are in the same country. You free one, you hold one perpetually. Then you are dividing the people. So you are bringing ethnicity into it. So
the disunity in our country today is tied to Nnamdi Kanu?
To an extent. It's not actually tied to Nnamdi Kanu. Because when we mention disunity in Nigeria, religion divides us.
So when they're saying that his detention, I mean releasing him, will foster peace and unity.
Releasing him to an extent in the southeast.
Okay.
It will bring a peace of mind.
Not Nigeria as a whole.
Even there are some other Nigerians, even in the West, there are some other Nigerians who are campaigning. If you release this young man, why are you keeping him for? Nigerians with fair minds, with a sense of justice, even in the North, release this young man. But government knows why. They are holding him there. But for me, if Tinubu want to build the kind of Nigeria is talking about, that he want to build a new Nigeria requires equity and justice to all Nigerians. Okay. What is good for A is good for B. That is the Nigeria we are talking about. A Nigeria where the rich man, the poor man's child. That's the Nigeria we are talking about. So not a Nigeria where you hold yourself to office. You are enjoying the luxury of the country. You are enjoying the finances of the country. And you don't even care whether the masses are suffering.
The majority of Nigerian House of Representative members have written to Tinubu. Do you think that he will do something swiftly?
He has his mind. Nigerian government, Nigerian politicians, they always have their evil. Yes, Nigerian politicians, they do evil. They do it with speed. But to do justice, to do righteousness, it can take 10 years for Nigerian politicians to do what is good. But to do evil overnight, they have calculated it and they've done it. That is it now. That is the way Nigerian politicians they behave. To do what is good, it takes them time. Because they are going to, if we should do this one now, if we should do this one now, it's going to lead this one, it's going to cause this. And all these things they are calculating. It's not righteousness, so they are all evil to protect a very narrow interest. How can you build a country with those kind of mindset? We should build society on equity and justice. So if Tinubu is not taking away subsidy and everybody is crying, then the only thing he can give to the people, he must give them justice and peace. So that when you give us justice and peace, the hardship of the people, the economic hardship, then when we look at this other side, it's okay, but the man is also doing well in this other side. He's giving justice to the people. People unnecessary, like the previous government we have seen. But everything is complete in their hand. You are suffering, you are punishing the people are suffering under your hand. Justice you cannot give to them, and you say you want to build a new Nigeria. What new Nigeria are you building? A new Nigeria I want to see is a Nigeria of justice and unity. Let us all have a sense of unity, that every child of Nigeria can aspire, no matter where you come from, can aspire to be the president of this country.
All right, thank you so much. And then the next story is on aviation. Minister of Aviation Festus Keyamo criticized reports of begging and extortion by staff at Nigeria's international airport. In a post on his official that these activities tarnish the nation's image. He mentioned receiving constant complaints from concerned citizens about this issue. The minister clarified that most of the agencies involved in the menace are not under the control of the aviation ministry, though they are stationed. However, I have been working closely with our ministers of government and agencies who are responsible for these agencies, and this solution is in sight soon. Wow, at airports, they do extort too. I was staying to airports. So Keyamo is that a lot of agencies are extorting money and also begging, though according to him that these people are not under the control of the aviation ministry, but rather other agencies which is working hand in hand with them to be able to solve this.
What do you expect him to say? Do you expect him to say they are workers? So he wouldn't come out to say, oh, these people are doing this thing, they are under the Ministry of Aviation. He wouldn't say so. It's the Nigerian style of defending issues that they are within the environment. So whatever that is happening within your environment, they are under your control. You are the supervisor of whoever that is operating within the environment of the airport. You are their supervisor. This is what we are saying. The Nigerian man, do I use the word greedy? We are not satisfied. That's on one angle. I believe that people who work at such level, just like people who are teachers in primary or secondary schools, in terms of remuneration and emolument, you know, but this to live big, that is the mind of every Nigerian. Every office you are holding, you want to get the best out of it. And when we say the best, it's not you putting the kind of effort that is required on the job, but whatever kind of manipulation you can put in to get extra money, that is the Nigerian tendency. And this is what we are lamenting against day by day. Let us do our work with a sense of honor and integrity as a people. But Nigerians, we don't think. When we do certain things, we don't think. This office, opportunity be this, opportunity be this. It's everywhere. Even those who work in the MPA, they are all that. Some years ago, when I was going to the MPA for that court here, you see somebody who's doing in one small office. If you see what is building, you can't equate it to salary and all that.
All right, let's just go on a very short break. When we can return, we will continue with this particular story. This is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. We return after the short break. Do stay with us. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. And before we went on the short break, we were talking about a story from Festus Kayamo, who is complaining about the level of extortion and begging at the Nigerian International Airport. And according to him, he's saying that this is not from the workers under the control of Ministry of Aviation, but rather it's from other agencies who are partnering with the airport ministry. And my guest said, of course, I wasn't expecting him to say that it's their members that are actually extorting. What do you think about the issue of extortion in airports? I mean, is it just to a normal, as in, let's say, middle Nigerians, or are we talking about the people, the high calibers of persons? I really don't understand. Who are they extorting from, and why are they extorting? Because I know that an airport is fast movement. So why extortion?
There's always extortion because we lack a contentment. When a people lack a sense of contentment, that whatever I have, God, thank you, there will always be tendency to extort. And it's everywhere. I went to one filling station last week, and before you knew it, one of the NNPC filling station, they locked the gate, and before you knew it, somebody was saying, okay, before you enter, 1,000.
What?
And somebody will just bring 1,000, you open for the person. And I say, is it because of 1,000 that you now lock me outside? Then you think I cannot pay you 1,000 naira?
But it's okay.
It's okay. Go and bring your car. Go and bring your car. And you open for me. The later on, it came. It's okay. It came for the money. I said, which money?
So you did not pay the money?
How would I pay 1,000 naira to buy fuel? And I buy the. Are you giving me the fuel free of charge? So this is the Nigerian attitude. It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
Do you think it's because of what is going on in Nigeria in terms of economic hardship?
It's not just about economic hardship, though one could say it's part of it. But I will tell you that the modern Nigerian that we have is a society without a sense of values and morals. We don't have morals anymore. Our morals are dead. You know, once one small boy come into a gathering, with naira and kobo, you, the PhD, that will consign you to one corner. That is the society we run today. Money determines everything. Respect. If you have money, people respect you. If you don't have money, it's then also talk, and I won't listen to. Nigerians are no longer interested. Okay. You understand? They want to see what you can do with money. Then the thing will flow. So the extortion, we talk about the police, it's not the same extortion. Is there any sector you can go to in Nigeria today that there is no extortion? Every sector in Nigeria there is extortion.
Is that supposed to be, does that mean that this is not the lifestyles of Nigerians?
But that is the way it is. They want to meet up. Nigeria want to drive good cars. They want to live the life that the next person is living, irrespective of how he got his money. So we are living a life of imitation. So, and if you don't have it, then you are left behind. So everybody want to cash up. Want to cash up. House rent nowadays, how will you be able to pay your... Nowadays they say, oh, a one-bedroom flat is 400,000, 500,000 for one-bedroom flat. How do you meet up? Who do you go and stay in a modern house? So Nigerians, they are looking for every means to meet up. So, and the salary of 60,000, which they have not even agreed to pay, salary of 30,000, which cannot give you a bag of rice, which cannot give you a bag of cement. So what do you do? So Nigerians are scavenging. Nigerians have become scavengers. Anywhere their hand touch.
They scavenge.
Take it and join. Provided life move forward. Children's school fees are coming. House rent is coming. You know, food. Gari now is a... I went home the other day. My shop Gari is a basin of Gari is 40,000 in data. True. Though that basin is not like the one that they sell here. That one is far bigger. It's a basin of Gari 40,000. In an environment that I grew up, how much is a basin of Gari? In Nigeria of 2024, a basin of Gari 40,000. One lady was counting tomatoes. 4 seeds of tomatoes, 1,000. How do you meet up? How do you meet up? The man has no job. And the little fire business they are doing, you are destroying it. You are not encouraging them. It's okay, young men, how do we refurbish you people? How do we reorganize this business? We talk about Tisani refinery the other time. Up till now, how many years? How do you build your people? How do you create economic power to your people? You just sit in government house, go and fire them, go and destroy them, and you say you are governing the people. Those with you in the government house, these are just your people you think you are governing. They are eating with you, they are drinking, wearing suits, they are wearing a bongo cap and all the rest, and you are hailing yourself in government house. It's how to govern the people. So for me, we need to reset the Nigerian mindset. We need to reset our values and morals as a people. Otherwise, what we are doing now, we are just playing to the gallery.
Reset Nigerians' mindset with what, please?
With the appropriate values. You understand? Somebody forgot his laptop at somewhere in one country. In a taxi, I can't exactly remember the story. You know, though we have a skeletal, such example here, very skeletal. Maybe those who belong to the 1970 children, those who grew up in the 1970s. Otherwise, Nigeria of 2000, 2024, Nigeria of PDP, APC, democracy. Killed our values as a people. Democracy of violence, democracy of go to court. That is what we have in Nigeria. We don't have real democracy here. So all this what we are doing here, we are just playing to the gallery. When we talk about democracy, it's the choice of the people.
So the one we have is democracy of go to court.
No, it's go to court now. Democracy of fire them. Otherwise, this is not we voted as at 1983. I experienced election. Even in 1993. Even in 1993, when people voted for Abiola, people entered the line, very straight line.
So now the line is no longer straight.
No, now it's area boys election. Isn't that what we are doing? Soldiers versus area boys. It's not the democracy we are doing in Nigeria. So all these people just go to government to go and steal money. They were not the choice of the people. Otherwise, until we have people, credible minds, that people will say, look, oh, this is a good man. If this man will go to government, our society will be good. Until we have such democracy, all this what we are doing, are just rigmaroling.
All right, the next story for today is on finance. President Bola Tinubu has ordered that civil servants who continue to draw salaries after relocating abroad must refund the money, and their supervisors will also face punishment for their involvement. These directives was given during an award night organized by the Office of the Head of the Civil Servants Service of the Federation to mark the 2024 Civil Service Week. Represented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, George Akume, Tinubu emphasized the need for accountability and the return of fraudulently obtained funds. The President reaffirmed his commitment to improving the civil service sector, acknowledging its challenges and promising during support and reforms. The event also included the presentation of top prizes to outstanding civil servants, including a luxury SUV and bungalows and a plot of land. All right, before we talked about the prizes given, the SUV, the bungalows and all of those and plots of lands, let's look at the salary. Do you think there are still people, like the president said, they are in abroad? Because, of course, we know that this year, a lot of persons relocated because of, especially our medical practitioners, they relocated because of unconducive environment and also not enough salaries. And according to our president, are still receiving salaries even as they are over there. So now, doesn't it look like we are also the problems of ourselves? Because I know that my brother do not have work, job. And I'm supposed to pull myself, since I'm not doing that thing again, in order for another person to fit in. But the place is vacant, I am receiving salary, and I'm not in the country, and the other person is jobless. What do you think about this act?
You know what I've told you? It's a collaboration. It's a crime now. That's why their supervisor should even be more punished. It's a collaboration. Nigeria is evil. The people, they are wicked. Otherwise, a society where youth are roaming the streets, somebody relocated abroad to a better life. You are living a better life there. No power outage, no pot road in the roads you are driving, medical care you are enjoying there, you are enjoying gas supply, government is supplying you gas, government is supplying you water, government is supplying you everything, you are enjoying yourself there. The little one that those, you say you cannot continue to stay in Nigeria. Eh? My people say, if you will not eat a food, you don't use your teeth to share it.
All right, this is Society Watch on Atlantic Television Network. Let's go on a very short break.
Every day, our lives are changed by history.
We are one people, all of us.
Leaders, politics,
Nobody's ambition is what's the blood.
I have fought a very family.
natural occurrence, war, and the world economy.
I belong to everybody, and I belong to nobody.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
People into the country illegally. That is amazing.
Honorable
You human
on the point of order.
Honorable
They are not picking our calls. They made up their minds.
So no agreement with the EU, but